This is a bit of a follow-up to a story I talked about last week, where I talked about an individual who claimed to have found a line of footprints in the state of Maine, which was supposed to be of Sasquatch. Says, this is a rather lengthy article from the Daily Mail, by the way. Bombshell new video shows huge footprints that cameraman believes could be the elusive Bigfoot. The report says took a video, not moose or deer. Now, Jeff Meldrum theorized that they could have been possibly created by hooves. Meldrum told DailyMail.com that the key detail lies in the abrupt transition at the end of the video, where the linear pattern morphs into a series of circular impressions before ending in markings typically created by a four-legged animal. The snowfall, he explained, also mutes the details of the tracks, making it harder to accurately discern their scale. Drawing on the same clues highlighted at the end of the video, Amy Boo, co-founder of Project Zoobook, offered a perspective similar to Meldrum, suggesting that the tracks could possibly be attributed to something as commonplace as a deer. At one point, Boo pointed out, the tracks appear extremely close to one of the trees. After reviewing the video with her team, members of the organization struggled to understand how Bigfoot could be walking in a straight line while skillfully avoiding the tree given its size. Now, some individuals are still convinced that there are possible Sasquatch tracks. And of course, Matt Moneymaker, who I think is wrong on these, is saying, oh, they weren't made by a moose or a deer or anything like that. But then again, with Moneymaker, everything is Bigfoot. He's like, I'm not saying it's Bigfoot, but it's Bigfoot. So it's a rather lengthy article. It's pretty long. Of course, I'm going to include the link to it in the description below so you guys can check it out yourselves. Very interesting. Speaking of something that's interesting, here's something about Ray Harwood, Sasquatch Archaeology. Hello again, Sasquatch fans of all ages. As always, I hope all is well with all of you. Winter is typically a downtime for boreal Sasquatch activity. Boreal Sasquatch have a successful wintering strategy, of course, but what makes it the downtime is the minimal amount of human activity during the winter months. Discovering tracks and other signs of boreal Sasquatch relies on people being in the field. If people are not out and about like they are in the spring, summer, and fall, obviously reports dwindle. It's just part of the researching business. I have used the 2024 to 2025 winter months studying the encounters I have in the database, looking for patterns in an attempt to predict boreal Sasquatch activity when the seasons change. I've also been scouting a few of my local areas to determine the best location to set up a summer observation. Now, apparently, Harwood believes there's a possibility that bones he believed have been crushed to get the nutrient-dense marrow, as well as having been worked to form a crude tool. Now, the author says, incidentally, I have found similar bones in the boreal environment with similar features attributed to these to boreal Sasquatch use. A lot of researchers don't think that Sasquatch use tools, that they're not that smart. But this suggests there is a possibility they may use crude tools. We know chimpanzees use little sticks to dig into termite mounds to get termites out. So is it possible that Sasquatch do something similar? That they do use tools, and those researchers who say they don't are wrong? Who knows? Now, just because those certain researchers have not found evidence that Sasquatch do this, doesn't mean they don't. Or I should say they never found credible evidence of Sasquatch tool usage. But perhaps they're not correct. That's entirely possible. Heck, anything is possible. Full-time monster hunters sought at Loch Ness. The peculiar position of full-time monster hunter has been posted by the Loch Ness Center tourist attraction, which is looking for someone to serve as the skipper for their research vessel. The odd job opening announced by the group last week would see the chosen candidate operate the organization's deep scan cruise ship on a daily basis at the famed Scottish site. In addition to requiring the necessary maritime skills, the skipper is also expected to serve as a guide for tourists taking part in the excursions. So here's a good job opportunity for someone, for anyone, to perhaps get involved with the search for Loch Ness Monster. Someone who has the skill to be able to operate a boat or a ship. Now, I don't have those skills, unfortunately, but I'm sure there's someone out there who does. And this is a good job opportunity for them. I don't know how well it pays, but it should be interesting. Whoever decides to take them up on their offer. Only time will tell, I suppose. Large dark shape photographed at Loch Ness may be first monster sighting of 2025. A compelling photo of a dark shape seen in the waters of Loch Ness may be the first on-location sighting of the legendary monster in 2025. The remarkable image seen below was reportedly revealed by the Loch Ness Center tourist attraction on Tuesday. Although they did not specify the date of the sighting or the identity of the witness who submitted the image, they indicated that the mysterious submerged form was observed for several minutes from Dorey's Beach along the shore of Loch Ness. Calling the case particularly captivating, Loch Ness Center General Manager Nagina Ishak noted that the conditions on the day of this sighting were absolutely perfect. This must be the photograph. Interesting. What is that? Something surfacing on the water. Don't know. This is what I suppose this is what they think is Nessie. What some might think is Nessie. To quote the late Artie Johnson, very interesting. Ohio man finds trail of Bigfoot tracks. Oh, here we go again, another trail of Bigfoot tracks. An Ohio man suspects that he may have stumbled upon a set of Sasquatch tracks stretching across a snowy field. According to a local media report, Steve Green made the peculiar discovery last month as he was driving along a road in the community of West Union. His trip took a wondrous turn when he passed a snow-covered field and spotted an unusual trail of markings. What caught my attention right away was the length between the tracks, Green recalled. I tried to mimic the stride, and it was nearly impossible without jumping. Now look at this. Are these Sasquatch tracks? Or are they something else? Is there video of this? Or is it only a still photograph? I don't see anything about a video. Perhaps he should have taken video instead of just a still photograph. Not audio, what am I thinking? A still photograph. Let me check something else. Okay, there was a local media report. Oh, it's the same thing. So I suppose he didn't take a video, he just took audio. Still a photograph. I'm so silly. It looks like he only took a still photograph. Interesting. Now, footprints in the snow can be a bit tricky because footprints can constantly melt and refreeze and expand. Footprints of, let's say, a deer or something else they can look a little bit strange after a few days if there's snow on the ground for a few days. But I don't know. It's interesting, whatever those footprints are. There should be a follow-up done. At least I think there should be. To see if maybe put a trail cam in that area. I myself, I would have probably gotten out and followed the footprints. Don't know why the guy didn't do that. Who knows what you may find at the end of the trail. Well, the 2025 Ohio Bigfoot Conference has now completely fallen into place. We have Renee Howland, Dr. Jeff Meldrum, Shelley Covington, Montana, Cliff Barackman, and now added just last week, Seth Breedlove will be the 5th speaker at the upcoming Ohio Bigfoot Conference, along with Master of Ceremonies Esteban Sarmiento. So the OBC has taken shape. Everything has fallen into place for it. I'm pretty excited about it myself, and yes, I will be going to the conference. In case there were those of you who were wondering, I will be going, hopefully. Lord willing, the creeks don't rise. Should be an exciting time. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be great to see old friends again as well. Because it's been almost 3 years since I've been to the OBC. And I miss my friends. I do want to see them again. So, looks like it's going to be a great event. Watch. Hiker captures haunting howl of Argentina's Bigfoot. Whoa, what was that? Now, of course, it's entirely possible that could have been AI or CGI. An AI noise. Could be an AI video. You never know. Now, that region has a creature called Ukumar, which is their country's version of Sasquatch or Bigfoot. We don't actually see anything in the footage, but we hear a weird sound. I mean, it could be a hoax. I don't know. We don't know for sure. I suppose unless somebody actually sees something make the noise. It's like what Don King said a long time ago. You can't determine what kind of creature made a noise until you see the creature open its mouth. So it was either one of two things. It was either real. It was actually one of three things. It was either real, a hoax. It was either real or a hoax. But also it could have been AI or CGI. Now CGI would indicate something visual. I don't know. It's very strange. It's a weird sound, that's for sure. It's very similar to sounds we would hear in the United States of purported Sasquatch. Perhaps someone should go and investigate that area to see if there's any evidence there. Besides weird sounds, of course. Very interesting. Finally, we have a passing to note. Joe Nickel, who was a known skeptic, he was skeptical of Sasquatch. And in fact, that prompted Bob Gimlin to write a autograph for Joe Nickel saying, "Dear Joe, you are wrong, love, Bob," on an autographed photograph of Bob Gimlin. But Joe Nickel passed away. He actually did go to Loch Ness looking for Nessie. Now, he was skeptical, but I don't have an issue with that. I mean, we're all skeptical to some degree of something. And at least he actually did go out in the field and look for these things. Unlike some skeptics who just sit back and sit at home or sit at their desk and just arbitrarily declare, that doesn't exist, that doesn't exist. At least he actually did the legwork and got out there, which is more than most of these skeptics might do. So in that regard, you might say, salute him for that. And may his memory be eternal. And that's going to do it for this week. We want to thank you very much for tuning in. You guys are the heart of the show. I always say that, but I always mean it. And I will continue as long as you guys want me to. And for the last decade, I've been doing this video podcast. And I've enjoyed every minute of it. Every second of it, actually. And I'll continue to do it until the good Lord takes me from this earth. So until next week, y'all be good or be good ahead. This is HBM's Cryptid-Corner.